Joseph Shackelford. I'm the Director of the Radiography Program here at Jackson College. I've been here full-time since 2002. I started as an adjunct in 1994, so I've been around the college a lot of years. I actually graduated from the radiography program that was here when I was a student initially. So I've got a lot of long history here at Jackson College. I also am a veteran of the Navy Reserve, so I had a brief stint in the military in my younger years, but all of it led me to here and teaching at this college. I never try to do things just like everybody else. We try to do things our own unique way. I think our biggest priorities with students, we're with students for 2 years, so we focus on building a culture. We want to have a certain relationship with our students. We want to know them well, we want them to know us. We want us to be very accessible to them. And all the students that we speak to that go out after our program talk about how they felt like we cared about them, we cared about their outcome. This is one of the best things I can ever hear. I just got a text before we started talking from a student who was saying thank you for things that we did while she was in the program. She graduated 2 years ago. I just got that text. It's one of the best things I can get, you know, is messages like that. But it speaks to the fact that I hope we are achieving our goals of creating those special relationships and special bonds with students that have always been our priority, and I think it's something that stands out. We have one-on-one consultations where they come in, they meet with me. I just sat here with a student before our conversation for over an hour about radiography, but then we got into a lot of other things, and it's part of us building strong personal relationships with students before they're even in the program. These are the things that are our top priorities because they really help ensure success in the long run. I think our students are doing pretty well. They're dealing with a lot of the stressors and pressures of life that go with being in school and having limited money and limited funds and trying to, you know, burn the candle at both ends. It's even more important than ever to be there for them, to counsel them, to give them guidance, to give them support. Sometimes the only thing people need is somebody to be empathetic and a good listener. And those are two things that I think come in handy for our faculty a lot, just giving students the time of day in that way. The best thing is we're starting a new group right now, and one of the most enjoyable things I do all year is get to know that new group. I do roll call the old-fashioned way, and when I do that, I take the time to learn little things about them, like, hey, what's your favorite music, or this or that. I choose something different all the time, but it's a way for me to get to know them, and sometimes, you know, nicknames evolve from that. It's all a way of getting closer. You know what I mean? And so getting to know the new group is my biggest priority right now. Know them, settle in with them, because the sooner we are all comfortable with each other, the easier it all becomes as we move along through the process. The thing that's beautiful about radiography is you become a general radiographer, but there's all these directions you can go on if you want to. Emergency imaging, you can go on to CT, MRI, mammography. You don't have to stare at the same four walls. You can evolve into other areas of imaging if you so desire. So you can go as far as you want to. I mean, there's no limit. So if you love that mix of patient care and technology, our field is a beautiful thing for people, and I think that appeals to a lot of students, you know. At the end of the first semester, people have one of the most important things there are to have, a new perspective. They're talking a new language. They've learned close to 100 new positions of the body over the summer, and they still got a whole semester of positioning to go. So they really have a healthy respect for, okay, I've been taught all this stuff, now we're about to start in the hospital, and how is all that going to translate? How am I going to transition into that new role? And we just try to comfort them and tell them it's a gradual process. You don't have to step right in right away and know everything. But I think they just have perspective, and we're trying to help them with that as much as possible and give them as many experiences here at the college as we can. And, you know, we have our new lab downstairs where we can do all these simulations, and we've got new equipment to help with that. So we really can mirror the hospital scenario and the hospital situation quite well here and now. So I'm really happy with the changes we made here at Jackson College. And the advice I'll give students is in between, you know, use the resources we're providing to stay fresh, to keep your knowledge level and your skill level as high as it can be going into the fall semester. Have your goals. What are my goals for fall? If you're a second year student, you have goals for a certain amount of competencies you want to learn. We're going to start prepping for the board exam, the goals in there. And and the things they're doing should be based on the level they're at. For first years, it'll be, I need to really stay fresh on the things we learned in the summer and be ready to go into the hospital. And for the second years, it's get more competencies and focus on board preparation. You have to be flexible, and you have to learn how to adapt to all these things and work with students. And we got good faculty here that really help a lot. You know, Marcy Bauer is my clinical coordinator. She just bends over backwards to plan and work with students on and still accomplishing their clinical goals and things like that. I can't say enough good things about the work she does too. Don't hesitate to come out, schedule a consultation. We'll sit down, talk about it, get to know each other better, and we can talk about program and your future.